Welcome to the video lecture on data structures. Myself, Dr. Shubha S., Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science from Government First Grade College, Malleshwaram, Bangalore, would like to present this video lecture. In this video lecture, you learn to know about insertion sort technique, its algorithm, program to sort n numbers using insertion sort, advantages and disadvantages. So insertion sort technique, it is one of the natural ways of sorting information. It is similar to selection sort and it swaps a value up into already sorted values, stopping at the right place. And it is faster than the bubble sort technique. Algorithm for insertion sort. Now the name of the algorithm is insertion sort. So given an array A of n elements, this algorithm sorts the elements in the ascending order using the method described below. So I and j, they are used to index the array elements. Now in step number 1, for I is equal to 1 to n minus 1, do. So inside I loop, we have j is equal to I. Now, while j is greater than or equal to 1, now uh, in this if condition, so if this condition is true, that is if j is greater than or equal to 1, if this condition is true, the control will enter inside the while loop. And inside the while loop, we have a decision making statement where we compare if a of j is less than a of j minus 1. Now, if this condition turns to be true, then the two values are going to be swapped using this three statements. If not, j value will be decreased by 1. And again, the while loop, we are going to check if j is greater than or equal to 1. Now, if the condition is true again, the while loop will continue. Otherwise, the control will come out of the while loop and j will get incremented by 1. And the process will continue till I reaches the final value n minus 1. So program to perform insertion sort. Now here we have the variables like A is an array which can hold maximum of 20 elements and n is a variable to store the number of elements in the list. And I and j, they are used for looping purpose and temp is a variable to hold a value temporarily. So we have the input statements which is going to accept the n value and accept n number of elements into the array A. Now the logic of the program is given here. For I is equal to 1 to I less than n I plus plus, inside the for loop, we have j is equal to I. And while j is greater than or equal to 1, inside the while loop, we have a decision statement. If a of j is less than a of j minus 1, if this condition turns to be true, then the two values are going to be swapped using these three statements. So after the if statement, we have j is equal to j minus 1. And now again, the while loop is going to continue if j is greater than or equal to 1. So if it changes to 0, the control will come out of the while loop. And again, I will be incremented by 1. So the process will continue till I reaches the final value. The output of the program, that is the output statement is like this: printf, the sorted list is for I is equal to 0 to I less than n, I plus plus, printf percentage d a of I. So let's take a sample here. The input and trace our program here. So let's assume number of elements in the list is 5 and the array elements are 67, 34, 12, 54 and 49. So now let's see how this is going to work. So you know that we have the elements in the list in this format, that is in the memory. So in A of 0, we have 67, A of 1, we have 34, A of 2, we have 12, A of 3, we have 54, A of 4, we have 49. So we have seen that the logic of the program will start for I is equal to 1 to I less than n. So our n is 5 here and less than 5 is 4. So I loop is going to repeat for 4 times. So first time I value is 1 and inside the for loop, I loop, we have j is equal to I. So I is equal to 1, j is equal to 1. That means we are going to compare when j is equal to 1 and we are checking if j value is greater than or equal to 1. As first time j is equal to 1, it is true. Now the control will enter inside the while loop and inside the while loop you have a decision making statement. You are checking the value of a of 1 less than a of 1 minus 1. So 1 minus 1 is 0. So a of 1 and a of 0 is going to be compared. So a of 1 and a of 0 is 34 and 67. So is 34 less than 67? Yes, it is true. So we have seen that if this condition is true, then the if statement true block is going to be executed. So inside the true block, you have the statements to swap the two variables. So a of j and a of j minus 1 is going to be swapped. So now that 34 and 67 is going to be swapped, after swapping, the list is going to appear like this. So now that we have seen that when I is equal to 1, j started with the value 1 and after swapping, when it comes out, j has to decrement by 1. So j is equal to 1 minus 1 will change to 0. So again, when you come to the while loop condition, j greater than or equal to 1, this turns out to be false. So the control will come out of this and now I has to increment by 1. So I changes to 2. Again, with the value of I is equal to 2, we come inside the while loop and j will start with the value 2. So now that I is equal to 2, j is equal to 2. So with the value of j is equal to 2, so what is that we have to do? We are going to check if 2 is greater than or equal to 1. Yes, it is true. So the control enters inside the while loop and a of 2 less than a of 2 minus 1. That is a of 2 and a of 1 is going to be compared. So if it is true, if this statement is true, then the swapping will happen. So now let's see, a of 2 is 12, a of 1 is 67. Since 12 is less than 67, these two elements has to be swapped. Now after swapping, the list is going to appear like this. So after that, you can see that j value has to decrement by 1. So j will be 2 minus 1, that is 1. Now that again the condition will turns to be true because j is 1. So 1 is less than or equal to 1. It is true. So that means a of 1 and a of 0 is going to be compared. So a of 1 and a of 0 is going to be compared. So is 12 less than 34? Again, it is true. So what happens? These two elements has to be swapped. Now after swapping, the list is going to appear like this. So that is the end of the uh, loop or the pass to, which we call it as pass to. Now, after that, we have j is equal to j minus 1. Now here what happens? 1 minus 1 turns to be 0. So this condition will become false. So it comes out of the while loop. And now again, I will increment by 1. That means I changes to 3. When I is 3, again we come inside the for loop. So j starts with the value 3. So when j is 3, we come inside j greater than or equal to 1. So you can observe that here I is equal to 3, j is equal to 3, and that means is j greater than or equal to 1? Yes, j is 3 now, 3 greater than or equal to 1. So it comes inside. And again, a of 3 is less than a of 3 minus 1. That is a of 3 and a of 2 is being compared. So if it is less than a of 2, then the values has to swap. So let's see what is a of 3 and a of 2. It is 54 less than 67. It is true. So these two elements has to swap. Now after swapping, the list is going to appear like this. Now after this, you know that the j has to decrement by 1. So after decrementing by 1, j becomes 2 now. Is 2 less than or greater than or equal to 1? Yes, it is true. So again, it comes inside there a of 2 and a of 1 is going to be compared. So is a of 2 and a of 1 is going to be compared. Is 54 less than 34? No, it is not true. So next is a of 1 and a of 0 is going to be compared. Is 34 less than 12? No, this is also not true. Now the list is going to, final list is going to appear like this. Now at the end, we call this as pass 3. Now again, when it comes out, you know that I will increase by 1. So I changes to 4 and j also is equal to I. So it will start from the value 4. That means a of 4 and a of 3 is going to be compared now. Is 49 less than 67? Yes, it is true. So what happens? It has to swap. So after swapping these two values, we can see the new list here. Now next is a of 3 and a of 2 is going to be compared. A of 3 is 49 and a of 2 is 54. So 49 is less than 54. These two values has to be swapped. After swapping, you can see the new list appears like this. Now next is a of 2 and a of 1 is going to be compared. So 49 is it less than 34? It is not true. So swapping will not happen. Next, again, it is going to compare with a of 1 and a of 0. So is 34 less than 12? Again, not true. So at the end of this, the list is going to appear like this. So this is called pass 4. So finally, the output we are going to print as the sorted list is 12, 34, 49, 54, and 67. Okay, so analysis of insertion sort. Now to analyze the insertion sort, we have to count the number of elements compared and the number of array elements that need to be shifted or moved. So the total number of comparisons will be n into n minus 1 divided by 2 or big O of n square. So the advantages of insertion sort is the method is very simple and it works well for small list. Also, it requires less space. But the drawback of insertion sort is that it is inefficient for large arrays and it does not perform well when compared with other better sorting algorithms, and it wouldn't work well for large lists. So now that we have come to the end of this video session, I hope you have understood the concepts of insertion sort, its algorithm, program, the sample output, and the advantages and the disadvantages. So in my next video session, you will be learning about selection sort. Thank you for watching.